Welcome back. If you can't tell, the weather is just really crappy. It's raining and windy and dark, and so the lighting isn't so great. So it's not so great to do a video right now, but it's the only time I could, since it's been like this all day anyway. It doesn't seem like it's gonna let up. And then tomorrow I have to work all day, so if I really wanted to get this video up this weekend, I would have to do it now. So you're just gonna have to bear with me, guys. So it's my April wrap-up. I'm excited to show you the books that I've read. I'm really happy with what I did this month. Last month wasn't so great. I was happy because I caught up with the Fallen Kingdom series, which I really wanted to do, and that was pretty much all I really read. I read a couple other things here and there, but that was the bulk of it. This month, I think I did very well. I'm happy. I read a total of 14 things. There's a couple novellas, ebooks, manga, and then of course the actual novels. But all in all, I think I did very well. So let's get on. If you notice me looking down, I'm on my phone. There's a lot of these I read very, very early in the month, so I'm trying to remember exactly what went on. I have a bad memory. I can remember most things very well, but some I just, if I fly through a book, I'm trying to remember most of it. Though, I think I can remember some of these pretty well. The first thing I read, so I will show you a photo I read on my Kindle. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had that fixed. I read Beyond the Stars by Stacey Wise. And I pretty much just read this because I was in a reading slump because of last month, and I felt like I wasn't really reading anything. So I saw this somewhere, I think it was on Facebook or something, and it sounded pretty good, so I decided to pick it up. It might have been on somebody's BookTube channel, but I can't remember exactly who. But I'm glad I picked it up. I really enjoyed this. This is about a girl named Jessica who, she really wanted to go to Paris, if I remember correctly, with her friends, but she got really sick, so she's stuck at home for the summer, and she needs to get a job. So her aunt gives, who is a talent agent, sets her up as an assistant to this really famous actor named Jack McAllister, and apparently he's a huge celebrity. The only thing is that he is an asshole. Yeah. At least to her, anyway. He can be very charming to other people, but he doesn't want an assistant, but she becomes an assistant anyway. And just stuff happens. There's also a pet pig, which is just one of the most adorable things I think I ever read, and it was just amazing. I loved it. I gave this a 5-star rating. I just really loved it. I think I loved it more because I needed it to get out of my reading slump, and it helped so well. And the whole pet pig thing, I'm just so cute. And I ended up crying, and all the feels, and of course there's romance, and it was just, I thought it was done very well. So yes, I gave it a 5-star rating. And then after that, I read Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, which is the sequel to The Red Queen. And if you guys seen, I think I read The Red Queen in February, so my February wrap-up, I really enjoyed The Red Queen. And then last month I read Cruel Crown, which is the bind-up of novellas that are set before The Red Queen, and I did enjoy the first one, but the second one was so-so. But I was anticipating this one after that. I was like highly anticipating it, or highly anticipating going into it, and so I picked it up right away, pretty much. And I was severely disappointed. Severely. I did a review I did a series review for the Red Queen, Crow Crown, and this, which is pretty much a non-spoiler, except when I get to Glass Sword, it's spoilers to the ending of Red Queen. So I think I wrote that down in the description below, and I believe I said it in the video. So beware for that. But I also did a very spoilery review of Glass Sword, where I go off on this book very badly. But yeah, I didn't like this at all. I hated Mare. I actually really liked her in Red Queen. I thought she was a decent main character, and then I read Glass Sword, and I just want to punch her in the face. I just really didn't like her. And then the only character I did like, there's just some stuff happens which really upset me so badly. I gave this a 1-star rating. I was just not happy. Again, I will link my reviews down below, but I didn't like this at all. And I hate that because I like the Red Queen. And I don't think I will be continuing on. I will have to see next year when I believe the final one comes out. I don't know, maybe I'll pick it up and see how it goes, but I felt like I know how the second book can be. Like, it could just be like a really filler kind of book. But I felt like this one wasn't just a filler book. I can handle a filler book. I can handle I can handle it being alright. And I was really, really surprised because a lot of people really did love this, but this, I felt if Mare was a better character in here, I would have liked it more, but just her attitude and just how she was, just really, it just made me not like the book at all. So, yeah, sorry for that. Just something I could do about that. So, after that, I decided to pick up something light and fun, so I picked up Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, which is a contemporary, and it's what I needed after Glass Sword. And I also have a review of this as well. I'll link that down below. And this one is about a girl named Emily, who is a pretty shy person, and the only time she ever is let out of her shell is when she's with her best friend Sloane. But one day Sloane disappears, and Emily doesn't know what happened, but she gets a letter in the mail with a list of things to do over the summer, and she believes that if she completes the list, she will find Sloane. And I really, really, really love this book. I thought it was perfect. I loved it. Though, okay, perfect may be too much, but there were a couple things near the end that I was kind of annoyed with. Mainly one thing, but I'm not going to go into that. I still loved it. Otherwise, I still loved it. Doesn't matter. I gave it a 5-star rating. I love this book. I love Morgan Matson. And yeah, I was really happy. Again, I'll link the review down below, but again, I loved it. And then after that, it was the start of TBR Takedown, which I did a wrap up, I believe, so I'll link that down below as well. So I picked up Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. And this is, I also did a review of this with Since You've Been Gone, so those are a dual review. And this is about, this is about a girl named Taylor, and something happened in her past. Like, her family used to go to this summer home, I don't know where, again, I think it's like Lake Tahoe, I want to say, or Lake Phoenix. Okay, I always want to say it was Lake Tahoe, but okay, Lake Phoenix, I guess, in the Poconos. And they had the summer home, and then one summer, she kind of did something in her past. I can't really go into, that would just spoil it, but she pretty much ran away from it, and she hasn't gone back since, and neither has her family. They've just been like a really busy, they're not a very close-knit family. They kind of like do their own thing, but then something happens which kind of brings them together, and they have to, they go to the summer home for them to all be together. And I'm not going to go into any detail because I did do a review of it. There is actually a spoiler of why they come together in this, which I knew I shouldn't have said it, but I ended up saying it anyway because I just need to get my feelings across. So beware for that. But yeah, I knew this was going to be a very emotional read. Going into this book, I just figured it'd be more towards the end, but I started crying like by the end of the first chapter. So definitely, if you're going to read this book, definitely bring tissues, because it's a very emotional read, but it's so good. It's so well done. I loved it. I love the romance. I did think that Taylor could be very, like, she didn't learn from her mistakes very well, and not until the end, I believe, but I just felt like, I just wanted to, like, hit her over the head one time, and, like, what are you doing? But, I still loved it, and I gave it a 5-star rating. I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. It was so good. Alright, so, what did I read next? Again, I'm using my phone to figure out what I read. Okay, so after that, I read 2 novellas, during TBR Takedown. I read, The Moth and the Flame by Renee Ahdieh. This is, a Wrath in the Dawn short story. And I can't remember exactly. Oh, and I also read, The Crown and the Arrow. Oh, you cannot see. Also by Renee Ahdieh. This is another short story from the Wrath in the Dawn. The Moth and the Flame is done by different characters than the Wrath in the Dawn. Despina and what's his name? Despina and Jalal. Oh, I didn't think that was his name. Okay, Jalal. I liked it. I really loved it. I love The Wrath of the Dawn, and I love Despina and Jalal. I think their story is just so cute, and I love getting a little, because the Moth and the Flame has to do before The Wrath of the Dawn. My bad. And I just really loved how they met and how they came to be, and I thought it was really good, and I just thought it was really well done, and I gave it 4-star rating. And they're very short though. Very. I swear, like, The Crown and the Arrow, which I'm about to talk about next, is like 9 to 15 pages. It's not that long. But this one, The Crown and the Arrow, has to, oh god, I hate that, has to do, it's the very beginning, or it's Khalid's point of view during the wedding, like the very beginning of The Wrath of the Dawn, with Shahrazad. I loved it. Again, I gave it a 4-star rating. I thought it was very, very good. I love The Wrath of the Dawn. And so yeah, I really like that. Alright, so after those, that's it with my phone, by the way. I read Komomo Confessory, Volume 1, by Maki Minami, and this is the last book I read for TBR Takedown. This is about a girl, okay, I've had to say this like a few times. This is about a girl who comes from a very rich family, and she has this personal chef and his son. And she bullies the son into making her like these like pastries for her, because there's a reason why she wants them, and she doesn't even know that she's really bullying him. But one day the chef and his son leave and go to Paris, so the boy can go to school, there and become a pastry chef. And years later, her family becomes bankrupt, they lose all their money and their home and everything, and she ends up having to, oh god, work in part-time jobs, which are, like, she pretty much gets thrown out within a day. She just doesn't know what she's doing at all. But the boy, Natsu, comes home, and he offers her a job in his pastry shop. So, I thought it was really cute, and I liked it, and I'm going to continue on with the series. It's not one of my favorites. I didn't love it. I wasn't blown away by it, but I did think it was really cute, and I do like the art. I think the art is really well done. But yeah, I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was cute. Oh god. Is this the next one? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this one's gonna be hard. The next one I read is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. Just recently, Jennifer said she was going to be going to BookCon. It's like every day I go on Facebook or on my email, I get a notification that a new author is coming to BookCon. So I end up putting more books on my list of books to read. And so this was one of the new ones, but I decided to pick it up because I needed a contemporary, and it just sounded, but I just kept hearing more things about it, and I just really wanted to read it. So I picked it up, and oh god. So this one is about, so it's pretty much about 2 kids who, okay, so it's about Finch and Violet. Finch is fascinated by death. He, I don't know, really, oh god. You know, let's start with Violet, because I think she'd be easier to, okay, so Violet, was this great student and everything, and then one day her and her sister got into a car accident, and, her sister didn't survive it, but Violet did, and Violet blames herself for her sister's death, and she's not really processing it well. And now Finch is fascinated by death. There's something that goes on that he's always, or like sometimes he's in what he calls the asleep, I believe, and he could sleep for like months, but you know, like I don't know, like he doesn't wake up, like he doesn't know that he's sleeping for that long. Like it's like he's in a coma, but he just wakes up, and you know. But he's trying to find things that'll keep him awake, or, you know, alive, and, like, he's going through his own issues where his parents got divorced, his father remarried, and there's just stuff like that, but, Finch and Violet just, like, come together, and they help each other through their own issues. Yeah, so they they come together on a project. They have to do a project together for school, and it's set in Indiana, so they have to pretty much travel Indiana and find places and stuff, and it really like helps them come together, and I like this. I don't know, like, I have very mixed feelings about this. I don't know whether I loved it or whether I just simply enjoyed it. I still haven't rated it yet. I can't. I don't know how I feel about this book at all. Oh my god. From the very beginning, I was just like, you know, it's alright, it's okay. But then there are, like, certain moments where I'm just like, you know, I get affected. Oh my god. Like, there's this one moment where Violet's in, her counselor's office, and, I don't know, the counselor says something, and it just really pissed me off. And I don't even remember what it was. I just remember being really pissed off at this counselor, like, you have no right to say that. My bad. That was my phone. And pretty much from then, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty much gonna probably like this book because, you know, I'm getting affected, I'm having these feelings. And then of course all these other stuff happens, and I bawled my eyes out, of course. And I really liked this book. I enjoyed it. I just don't know whether I really loved, like, I just don't know how to process these feelings for this book. I think it really makes you think about death and about life and about suicide and about loss. Oh my god. I still haven't rated this yet. I don't know how to rate it. I really don't. I want to just give it a 5-star, just 5 out of 5 stars, because I can't stop thinking about it. So it's probably, I'm just going to say I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 stars, because I just can't stop thinking about this book and how it makes me feel. And these characters, even though the ending broke me, I was literally just crying my eyes. This is another one where you really need tissues. Like, seriously, like, just go out and get some Kleenex, because you're gonna need it before reading this book. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with I loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. Or, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 stars now. Yeah, I mean, this book really affected me. And I really liked, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I just really like that too. I ended up reading this without the dust jacket on it, because dust jacket could be really, can be a real nuisance. Alright. Yeah. So that's that one. Alright, so just a few more books left. Hold on, let me just... Alright. Okay, so after that, I decided to pick up Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, art by, oh god, right there, it's down here, yeah, I don't know how to say that name, but I really love the Infernal Devices, and I decided to pick up the manga because I really wanted a reread, and I really love the art. I think the art's really amazing, and I really just wanted to reread the series. So, oh, and I love, oh, by the way, it's got color in here too. I love the fact that it's got color in the beginning. I just really love the series, and I wanted to reread it, so I did, and I got all the books, and I reread it, and I love Clockwork Angel so much. It's got to do with Tessa Gray, who comes to the world of Shadowhunters with Will Herondale and Jem, or James Carcer's, but Jem, and Charlotte and Henry and all these characters, and she's just, figuring out her place in the world. I loved the series so much. I love it. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I think I ended up giving the actual novel 4 out of 5 stars as well. But again, I really love this series. So, and of course then I picked up Clockwork Prince, which again, just love Clockwork. I just love the Infernal Devices series so much. I love the art by this person. And yeah, this is a sequel to Clockwork Angel. I really don't know what else to say about it, other than I loved it, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars as well. So good, and it continues the story with Tessa, Jem, and Will, and stuff happens with, like, Tessa's brother, and this one person, the villain, and, it's just so good. And then, I mean, can you tell what I wrote next? Clockwork Princess, also by Cassandra Clare, and art by this person. And this one was always my favorite of this series. I just absolutely loved it. I think there is, of course, a love triangle between Tessa, Jem, and Will, and I think Cassandra Clare just does an amazing job with resolving this love triangle, because normally you just pick just one person that you really want her to be with, and you're like, that's it. And if it doesn't happen, you're upset, and if it does happen, you're happy. But this time in this series, I couldn't choose. I love Tessa and Jem, and I love Tessa and Will, but it's like I wanted to be with one of them. I love them both, and oh my god, I couldn't choose which one I wanted her to be with. But by the end, it was perfect. It was literally perfect, and Cassandra Clare is a goddess. I love her, and I love this series so much. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Best conclusion ever. So after that, I was really in the mood, so I picked up City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. This is technically book 4 in the Mortal Instruments. This is like the first book, though, to the sequel series, kind of, because the first series technically ended with City of Glass, but it continues on with City of Fallen Angels. And this pretty much continues pretty much right after the third book. There's so much that happens. I don't really know what to say because I don't really want to spoil anything. Because if you haven't read the first trilogy, but this was so good. Like, I remember like picking this up and just not being in the mood for it at all for like the last couple of months. And I don't know why, but I always remember not really liking it. But I do remember, I now I realize why I remember not really liking this, even though when I look on Goodreads, I ended up giving it like a 4-star rating and saying how much I really, really love this book. But I do remember why I remember not liking it, and that's because the ending was just like, what? Stop. I hated the ending. Like, I was so upset with the ending. Even though I know I could go on with City of Lost Souls, but the ending just like upset me for some reason. And I didn't like Jason Clary. They always go back and forth, and it's like, will they be together? Are they not going to be together? Are they going to be together? It's like, what's going on? They always have an issue with that. But I did really love this book. I love Simon and Isabel, even though Simon didn't do so well in the beginning. Simon's got 2 women. He's dating Maya, who's a werewolf, and Isabel, who is a shadow hunter. And even though he makes up an excuse, like, they never exactly said they were exclusive. That's just stupid. I can't hate Simon for that. Even though, like, any other character, I would hate that person. I'd just be like, well, you're a dick. Like, seriously? What are you gonna do? Because you're gonna lose both. But I can't hate Simon. He really didn't know. And I love Simon. Like, in the first 3 books, I hated Simon. I didn't think he was that great of a character. But I loved him, I love him now. And, yeah, I can't fault Simon, even though he got what he deserved. I'm just gonna say that. He definitely did. But it all is good in the end. I believe I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. Let me check. And of course, that starts to go down. Alright. Yeah, I believe I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. So then, of course, I picked up City of Lost Souls, which is the 5th book in the series. I just had to keep going, because, of course, with the ending from City of Fallen Angels, you have to go into City of Lost Souls. You have to know what happens. And I'm so stupid for not picking this up before. It's fine, I told myself a long time ago when I first picked up City of Fallen Angels that City of Lost Souls is just going to kill me, because, after what happens at the end, I'm just really not going to like it, but I'm stupid because it's all fine, and, yeah, it was really good. It was really good. I really liked it. I thought there was one character in here who totally grossed me out, which, if you read the book, you know. But if I say anything, then that would be a spoiler, and I'm not going to. But it broke me at the end. There's something that happens at the end, and I'm just, even though I knew this was going to happen, like through the whole book, and I'm like praying it doesn't happen, or praying it gets resolved somehow, but I saw this happening. And I was so upset. Oh my god, I cried so hard because my favorite relationship just went, and I'm like, no, it wasn't fair. So I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I love this. I did love it. I was really happy with this book until the ending, which broke me. Oh my god. I definitely didn't see Something's Coming. I was definitely surprised with how this book was. I didn't think I would really like it, but I really ended up really enjoying it. So it was really good. 4 out of 5 stars. Alright, so the last book that I read in the month of April was City of Heavenly Fire. I had to finish it. I technically finished this yesterday. This was so good. So much goes down in this book. Like, you're just like, holy crap. After the ending of City of Lost Souls, of course, I knew that all this stuff is gonna happen. Like, wow. So much stuff. And this thing is huge. It's 720 something pages, and I'm like, I am not going to be able to read this, you know, in like one sitting, but I did end up reading it in a couple days, so it is huge, but it goes pretty fast, and everything gets resolved, though there is, again, at the ending, something upset me. I just felt like the Clave, I don't know, I really don't like them. I really don't like the Clave at all, and I hated what they did in the ending, but I have to read Lady Midnight, so we shall see. But yeah, I really liked it. I was really happy with it. Oh my god. So much stuff happens, and again, all the feels, and something happens in this book that broke me again. Like, my heart was finally coming back, and there it goes. It just shattered my heart. But again, it's all resolved, I guess, in the end. Just have to keep reading. I love this book so much. I didn't think I was really going to like this. Again, I really didn't think I really liked City of Glass, and so much stuff happens in City of Glass. So I didn't think that this ending could get any, like, bigger, you know? Like, I just didn't think any more stuff could really happen, but oh, yeah, it can't. It can't. Like, there's so much in this. There's just another war. It's insane. It's another war, but it was so good. Like, so good. Oh, man. I love Magnus. I love Magnus so much. I love these covers. I'm really glad I got all these new covers because they're so good. So yeah, I really like this. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Happy. Very happy. So that's all I read in April. I'm really happy with what I read. Very happy. Again, I did in April and May TBR already, so I'm not going to post a new TBR. I'll just link that down below. And then, yeah, so I'll just keep going on with that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.